Average your best cornhole. We're back again. Today we have a treat for you. We got a set of 24 Wizards from BG, and we got a set of 24 Wizard L from BG. Not to be confused with Wizard Lights. They're not Wizard Lights.
Yeah.
They are a lighter wizard, but they're not Wizard Lights. So I guess there's big blow up about that.
Super excited to talk about these bags. I was very excited to throw them, and I think these are our first BGs that we're going to talk about, right?
Yeah, of
That's
course.
kind of surprising, but
Yeah.
okay.
BGs. I mean, that's the name of the game. They're
Right.
top dogs in the business.
Yeah, I think you even called them a powerhouse, right?
I think they're a powerhouse.
Yeah,
Wizard.
right.
Wizard's been super popular
Absolutely.
since they dropped it.
Yeah.
A lot of the youth. There was a youth movement, because you can roll and
Right,
flop and do all
right.
that fancy stuff with it.
They can.
And now, yeah, they can. I can't. But now they come out with the Wizard L, and it's changing it again.
It is, absolutely. And we see these on the pro scene. We see them at our local switches, and everywhere you go, you're going to see a set of BGs somewhere.
The crazy thing is all those pros, they're doing the same things with the Wizard L's that they were doing with the Wizards.
Yeah.
Which, no explanation. I don't know how they do it, but.
Well, they're good.
Yeah.
They're
They're pros.
They're better than average.
Yeah. We're average.
They're not
they're
average.
pros.
I'm going to give you my scoring on the designs here. I'm going to give each one a different score here. Now, BG, they got tons of options in pretty much all of their bags. And so you're going to find something you like. I'm a huge, fan of the psychedelic colors and the wizards, and I was a big Lord of the Rings fan. So this is a 4 for me all day. I can't think of anything else that I would, like to see on a bag like that. The blackout, super plain, but it's awesome. I love looking at that bag. I love playing that bag. It's just, it looks great in all black. So it's a 3.5 for me. Not as good as, the actual wizard on the Wizards.
BG, tons of designs. You can see them all over their website. They got crazy designs. I'm not ready to give a 4-bagger for design yet.
This was the sweet spot for me. They nailed it.
It's pretty good.
It's like they know me.
I'm giving them both 3.5. I like the clean look of the blackout. And that light gray herringbone with the black. It's something special. Those ones you can see for yourself. Now, as far as availability on these bags, go to BG's website. I'll put the link down below. I think it's BG Cornhole or BG Bags. I don't know. But Wizards, very readily available. All kinds of different colorways, designs, whatever you want, they're there. Wizard L's, not so much. That's the new bag. That's their new release. So you either got to wait for them for another drop or contact a BG rep. Maybe they have something special you can.
All right, so scoring on the cost. It is what it is. It's a 2. Reason being is, these run north of well over $100, $120. You get what you pay for. You're getting great quality.
I think the Wizard L's are actually more than
like 130.
More than Wizard.
Yeah.
There's a few ways to save some money. We could probably touch on that later for you.
So just touch on BG again a little bit. They're one of the biggest, and the best in the industry. So you're not going to go wrong dealing with them, buying their bags. They have a high quality website. It's better than, a lot out there. It's not my favorite cornhole, bag website. That gets a little clunky with, you got to click on the option, then click the bag that you want rather than just displaying, the bag option. But it's all in there and it works great.
And they're pretty active on social media too.
They are.
They got fan groups.
Yep.
They have BG Cornhole pages. The owners, I know the one owner, you see him posting and answering questions quite a bit, which is, that's pretty neat,
That's awesome for a big company.
Well, yeah, when you hear the owner of the company explain himself into detail about why that's a Wizard L and not a Wizard Light, that's impressive for him to take his time out and do that. Breaking method on these bags, had the blackout ones a little bit longer, so we used some toss sauce nuked on that. It worked perfect for them. The Wizard L's, about the same time that that drop hit, there was this new company you saw on Facebook called Bag Magic, so I figured, hey, I'd give them a try.
Yeah, it worked good. Those Wizards, I know they weren't throwing a lot by the time I started throwing them, and they felt great to me.
So you're not going to notice too much of a difference in speeds on these bags, but the Wizard L, they are a lighter bag, so that's going to be a little bit slower, but they're both going to play like a traditional herringbone, which is probably like a 5, and the Wizard uses the Game Changer Fast Side, which is a 9.
So the template on these, these are medium templates for the most part, right?
I would say so, yeah.
In comparison to the Self, because of the different, fill that's in them, the original Wizard, it tends to be a little bit thicker. I think we're about 1/4 inch actually.
It was a 1/4 inch thicker, yeah.
Doesn't sound like a lot, but you can really feel it in your hands.
And we're thinking they probably use the same size material template too.
just depending on, because of the fill, it doesn't allow it to flatten out and stretch as much possibly.
Yeah.
So because of that, the Wizard L, it's actually, when you set them down on top of each other, it's a little bit, what did we get, 1/8 of an inch difference?
It was an 1/8 inch
in size,
yeah.
but 1/4 inch thinner, thickness.
Yeah, you can notice, you can see the difference in them.
Oh yeah.
Especially the thickness.
Yeah, so that really comes down to, what you like to hold in your hand.
And they're lighter too.
They are, yeah. So the original Wizards were right around 450 grams, and we got about 5 grams lighter on the Wizard L's, which again doesn't sound like a lot, but that's significant. I can really feel the difference in my hand. Another different company bags that we reviewed, they had just about a 2.5 difference, and I was even able to feel that. So that 5 grams, it makes a difference.
Well, it makes a difference too in flop and
Yep.
Forgiveness and the whole bodiness and all that too. So so we're talking about the fill of these bags. BG they call the Wizard Fill their performance blend, which we're filling them. I mean it's pretty much round beads, a lot of round beads. That's what makes them so active. The Wizard L actually has a completely different fill. It's a mixed blend, and that's actually why they had to register it as a new series of bag with the ACL, because of the different fill. And they claim it's like a perfect balance between the Wizard and Sorcerer, which since the Wizard, mainly has the bead fill, the Sorcerer has the flat disc fill, and now you have the bag with both of those fills mixed together.
Yeah. Now I think because of that, they can't be mixed together as a set in competition play, or they can still?
No, they can't.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes.
So keep that in mind. I mean, you can always double check that. The rules may change. Get into the slide up. Forgiveness on these bags is what I'm going to talk about. The original Wizards, they're forgiving, but they're not super forgiving. I have a lot of trouble with, trying to throw a straight bag when the board's open, and I'll get a kick I wasn't expecting. I do not experience that with the Wizard L's. They're, to me, a much more forgiving bag, much more consistent with my throws. I don't get unexpected cuts and stuff, that's kind of the weakness in my game, is I won't get that slide that I want. And, I'll kick, right before it goes in the hole, it'll kick left or right, depending on which side of the board I'm throwing on. And the Wizard L takes care of that a lot better for me. So I put a lot more in the hole with those.
So the Wizards, they were primarily made for the trick shots, the cuts, the flops, the rolls. That's why they have that kick. The Wizard L, they were made to tame that down, and that's why we like them more. Imagine every other average thrower would like them more too.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not gonna, hurt you with your throws a little bit off, that's better for us.
Speed consistency on these bags, they're great quality BG bags. They're consistent. I didn't really have any variations with throwing the slow side. The fast sides are right where I like them. They're not super fast, so I was able to control the fast side pretty well. And
consistent for that bag. Because,
right. Yeah.
With the Wizard L being lighter, it's going to be a little bit slower. You're going to have to throw it a little bit harder. With the Wizard being a little heavier, fuller. That thing's like a wrecking ball once you get it up there on the board. So knock stuff out of the way for you and go in right in the hole. So that gets us into the capable shots on these bags and their blocking ability, which that's what we care about.
Right.
They're a blocking bag. Herringbone carpet. So the Wizard L is a little bit larger template. As we said, it's smashed down, so it's actually going to be a little bit of a better blocker, I would think.
Yeah.
More bag to have, your opponent to try to get around.
Yeah, I don't know how much that 5 gram weight difference affects, putting a blocker there and your partner's ability to skirt around it. Maybe it won't spin and move off to the side quite as easily.
I would say the larger template has more,
it's got
negative
more surface
effect,
area
on your opponent than that 5 grams of weight would.
Yep. But if you're like me, you can't put the blocker in the right place, so it don't matter. So,
And the cuts and flops and rolls and all that. They do that. Definitely, that's what made the Wizard famous. And then now you see these pros doing that with the Wizard L, which is why it blew up on the ACL because of that.
Yeah.
It's essentially the same bag with more benefits.
Yeah.
To them, not to us. It's just all more benefits to us.
Yeah, both bags are capable of pretty much all of your throws and stuff. One thing that I noticed a big difference, I think the Wizard L's are way more collectible, at least for me. With, I think, the stiffness of the original Wizards, I noticed a lot of times instead of collecting, it'll just stay firm and just kind of move over.
Yeah.
Versus this, the fabrics will kind of grab into each other, kind of lock in almost, and pull each other in. So I noticed a big difference in that. I don't know if you did.
Yeah, definitely. Same thing. And I don't know if I would classify the Wizards as being stiff. if you ever seen Wizards.
I'm saying comparison to
compared to those, because I mean they are the fabrics are so soft. But like you said, it's full and it's like a pillow sitting
it's
there.
really the fullness.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just doesn't.
It's not.
I don't know. A lot of times I thought I hit my collect, and it would just move over, and the bag I threw would go in the hole. But the one I was trying to collect would just move over.
But if that was the same shot with that one, it probably would have taken it right in the hole there. Yeah, and the fast side of it is not too fast either, which makes it nice. You're not worried about throwing it off the board if you are flipping it over to try to collect something. So the whole bodiness on these bags, I mean, this is the same thing we've been talking about. The Wizard L's, you can't get that thing to leave the hole. It feels like every time you throw it, it's going to go down in that hole. It just wants to live down there at the bottom of the boards. The Wizard, not so much. I mean, people put them in. You can run them bag for bag.
Yep.
It's just not as good as the Wizard L.
Yeah, I agree completely.
And you were thinking they plug up sometimes.
I do, yeah. So the basic Wizards, they're hole friendly. Don't get me wrong. They're gonna go in the hole, but if you're I think you have to have more of the bag hanging over with those than you do the Wizard L's. So because of that, I ended up plugging up a little more often with the regular Wizards. And once you plug with those, you're not getting through.
No. We're going to get into the final thoughts in these bags. We're going to start with the overall scoring. I really like the Wizard L's. I gave them a 3.5 bagger. The Wizards, they're just not my style. I gave them a 2 bagger, actually. The reason is the floppiness, the whole friendliness, how easy they are to throw. I mean, that's why I like the Wizard L's a little bit more. And I really think the Wizards are more guided for, trick shots. And average throwers like myself and like him, we just want to run bags, maybe set up accidental blockers every once in a while, and I mean that's what the Wizard L does.
I'm right there with you. I mean, I really want to give this a 3.75 bags. Honestly, it's probably my new favorite bag. Kind of the same. I'll give the regular Wizards a 2.5. They're iconic bags. If you're a good player, you can't go wrong with them. You're going to do everything you need to. All right, will these bags make you better? Probably not. No bag's going to make you better, but in reality, if you're trying to improve your game, the Wizard L, if you're an average player like us, it's going to make you better. You're going to do better with this than a lot of other bags. So in that aspect, it's absolutely going to make you better. If you're already a really good player, and the Wizard's going to make you a better player because of how capable it is, and it's just got so many, tricks in its bag.
But with the pros using the Wizard L's now, so even if you are good, maybe they will make you even better too. I don't know.
Everybody likes forgiveness.
Yeah.
Are they worth the cost? That's a tough one for me. They're over $100. They're in the 120, 130 range, which I don't like. So I'm going to say the regular Wizards, for me, they're not worth the cost. I'm not going to buy another set of them. The Wizard L's, I mean, you guys see how much I like them as of right now. Yeah, they're worth the cost. Especially if you're going out, and you want to be consistent, and really get comfortable with a bag. They're worth the cost.
I know BG, you can go right on their website and sign up to the email list.
Yeah.
Save $5. And then if you buy a set of BG bags, they email you, ask you to review it. If you go in there and review it, they give you 10% off your next purchase. Yep. So there's ways to get money off, and then the reps.
Yeah, talk to the reps. Maybe they're trying to liquidate a print that they got and cash that on, for a couple of bucks.
So look around, do some research, try to get the bags cheaper than retail.
Yeah.
Just want to end this with everybody's average at something. If you're going to be average, you may as well be average at cornhole.